A lot of people don't know this, or maybe they just haven't thought about it before, but there's a simple strategy that you can use to capture the energy and magic of an entire place without the overwhelm, time or energy that you may expect it to take. This strategy is super easy and manageable. It's flexible so that you can take a few minutes to sketch something, or much longer if you have the time to. If you are new to urban or travel sketching, I bet you can't help thinking how much time you actually need to commit to sketching, and how complex some things are to sketch, and that no matter how much you try, you will never be able to sketch everything you want to. The strategy that I share with you in this video will help flip that perspective upside down. I rarely mention it, but I really want to share this with you today because it's such a useful way to get over the fear of sketching complicated scenes. Right, before we go any further, have you watched the last two videos? Did you even know that 2 other videos? Well, now you do, so go watch them and then come back and join me here. It helps if you watch video 1 first, followed by video 2, as each video builds on the last. Then you will get the full benefit of what I'm about to share with you here. So go, go, go. Okay, let's do this because I am really excited because I'll share something with you here that's made my life so much easier and nobody really talks about it very much. Imagine you are out in a city or a town or a village and there's just so many things you want to sketch. You want to capture everything, but obviously you can't. You may have time limitations or ability limitations, attention limitations, weather limitations. All kinds of things can get in the way of a good sketchy session. The way I capture the feeling of an entire place is to break it down literally. So I create boxes or sections across my sketchbook page and I just sketch elements of the place that I'm in. So when you step back and look at the sketchbook spread as a whole, you get the whole experience of the place, even though you've just made just a few sketches of bits of the place. Let me show you what I mean. When I visited Iran, it was sensory overload. I've never visited a country like it. There was just architectural eye candy in every direction. But I was also traveling with 3 other people and there was a set itinerary and I just had very limited time to sketch. The only way that I could comprehend capturing some of what I was experiencing was to break areas down into smaller components. So a pattern here, a person there, a statue over there, this doorway here, etc. You will see in this sketchbook spread a place called Kashan. Rather than trying to sketch an entire building, I just focused on some of the details. So here is a small segment of a courtyard and next to it is a bit of a distinctive rooftop. Here is another view through an arch into a courtyard, and finally here is the silhouette of a few women crossing in front of a building. Notice how very simply these elements are drawn. Feel free to pause this video and really look at it. These sketches are all very basic shapes, wonky lines and just a splash of colour. Now step back and look at the whole thing. Doesn't it give you a real sense of the place, even if you haven't been there? This is my number 1 strategy to capture the atmosphere of a place and distill it onto the sketchbook page. Let me show you a different example. The capital city of Malta, Valletta, is forever etched in my memory as the city of doors. The range and variety of ornate doorways are literally staggering. I think I would just need to go back and sketch every day for a month to feed my door sketching addiction. In this spread, I sketched 4 of my favourite doors. I can remember everything about where I was and what I was doing with each of these doors. And to me, this spread captures the spirit of how excited I became about the doors in the city. I know, sure, it may sound a bit silly or even crazy, but that's what I got enthusiastic about, and that's fine, and I'm sure you have your quirks too. And that's maybe why you choose to sketch the particular things that you do, the things that you find exciting when you're out and about or just around the house. It's your sketchbook, your memories and your adventure. You can do whatever you want. I hope these 2 examples have helped you understand how you can break down experiences or trips, and by choosing to capture a few small vignettes, which I think is the fancy word for it, and by combining them you can tell a much larger story without overwhelming yourself. So it's all very well me talking about this stuff and showing you what I've done, but the whole point is to inspire you to pick up a pencil, a pen or a paintbrush and give this a go yourself. So I'm going to set you a challenge. I want you to create a sketchbook spread of small elements around your home or local area, if you can get out and about, that you can combine on one page or across 2 pages if you have a sketchbook that allows you to do that. As an example, check out this spread that I did as the culmination of an urban sketching at home challenge that I'd set myself. You can see here I sketched the top of my camera tripod as I started my morning by doing some filming and then realizing it was actually quite an interesting object to sketch. Then here is a Bluetooth speaker. I was listening to some music on. Here's the lazy cat stretched out on the chair. Here's a bottle of beer and another sketch of my mother-in-law watering her garden. And here's the corner of the garden that I could see from where I was sitting. These were all sketches done during one day around my house, and they tell a story. I remember the day clearly, and it makes me smile just seeing these things that made up my day. And you know, one day in years to come, when I look back at these sketches and maybe show them to other people, I'll still clearly remember where and when I was and how I felt. It's just really such a beautiful thing to do, and I hope you enjoy this little mission that I have set you. If you have enjoyed this video and my simple strategy on how to simply and quickly capture the world around you, then I think you're really going to enjoy my new course, Sketch Your Adventures. We will dive further into the nuts and bolts of sketching, and I'll show you my exact process step by step, along with a whole other bunch of tricks to give your sketches a wow factor. I'll be covering how we map out a sketch with basic shapes and make sure it looks how it should, but without going into like any boring rules or technicalities or anything like that. All you need is a pair of eyes, or maybe just one, and a pencil. We will then move on to adding the details in ink, adding a couple layers of watercolor, and then I'll show you how to add some cherries on top just to make that sketch super awesome. In the next video of this series, I am going to show you my step-by-step approach of how I approach a sketch. So this plan is everything that you need to know to become a confident sketcher. So you can go out and sketch anywhere and anytime and know that you're going to get the results that you want. I'm literally going to show you every single step you have to take, so do not miss the video. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you found this video super helpful and that you can't wait to get out sketching. Remember, just take the pressure off and just let go and sketch. Enjoy the process. I'll see you in the next video.